All right. Okay, this is Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype. I'm here with Chris Algieri. What's your first reaction to Tank's performance?
I mean, definitely an off night for Tank, but Lamont Roach is the guy, man. He showed up, and Tank gave him a tremendous amount of respect in the fight, and we saw why. I mean, he's a great counterpuncher, he's very high boxing IQ. He always says, I hit harder than people think, I hit harder than my record says. He stunned Tank several times. You know, Tank looked like the guy with the heavier hands, but Lamont had the better chin. So it's all relative. You know, so if Tank hits real hard, but the guy can take it, doesn't really matter. And I thought Roach was brilliant tonight. He had a good game plan, but those early rounds are what haunts him. He's gonna lay up at night that he wasn't a little more aggressive early on, because early on there wasn't much going on. There was time for him to take places for him to steal those rounds. And obviously he didn't. I want to see what the official scorecard breakdown was and how they had everybody in which direction and which rounds. But I mean, super close fight. I could have edged it for Tank. Lamont obviously had great rounds. He was able to wobble Tank a few times. He got wobbled himself one time with a right hook, but I don't know, man. Roach won the story.
Roach won the story.
Roach won the story. He didn't get the win, but he won the story.
Absolutely. Now, Shakur Stevenson is in the building. He's in attendance. Is that the next fight for him? And now, after this performance, how does Shakur fare against Tank?
The next fight's a rematch.
Definitely.
Gotta be a rematch. Gotta be.
But what if it doesn't happen and Shakur is here? How do you like that fight, Chris? I've heard you speak about it many times.
I mean,
the defensiveness.
I was always Shakur. I would be even more Shakur now. You know, Tank was loading up a lot tonight. If he goes out there and fights like that, Shakur's gonna piece him up. But there's versions of Tank that he's a super dangerous guy, but that guy didn't show up tonight.
Definitely. Who do you lean towards, Shakur and Tank?
I've always leaned towards Shakur.
Keyshawn and Tank, how do you go?
I think Keyshawn needs more development. I know he looked fantastic his last fight and his last couple fights, but I need to see more of him at this level.
Absolutely. Chris Algieri, Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype. Thank you so much for your time. Chris.